Hey everybody, what's up? It's Broman. How you doing? I want to talk a little bit more about progression. Today, we are going to focus on exotic weapons. Now, exotic weapons in Destiny 2 have been universally touted as underwhelming. In order to fix that, there is an exotic rework that's happening when the Warmind launches. There are two things that I want to focus on coming out of this. The first is, if you haven't seen any of the videos for the exotic weapon reworks, pause the video right now. Please go watch them. You know, there's some for God, what do they got out right now? You know, we've got the Graviton Lance. You can check that one out. And a couple more that I can't remember. Oh, the Sturm and Drang, that was on the stream, the dev stream, showing off some of the exotics. Basically, all of the exotics have been taken and turned up to 11. Which is fantastic. You know, you kill an enemy with a Graviton Lance shot, and they blow up and send Axion bolts everywhere. Like, it's fucking cool as shit. Making exotics feel exotic again. Bungie admits that exotics in Destiny 2 are very easy to acquire. Many players have most, if not all, non-quest exotics, and we don't want to make players re-earn every exotics. So exotic masterwork acquisition and progression have to take place after acquisition. So it's still going to be easy for you to get your exotic, to put it in your hand. But after that, this is going to be your experience. All exotic masterworks, okay, which is the thing that they're calling this, have a catalyst. So you will have to go out into the world and grind to get this exotic masterwork catalyst. Their example is the Cold Heart catalyst. And what these do is these take the standard version of your weapon and upgrade it to the ultra powerful version of your weapon. So to answer a few of the questions that people have, this is the stuff that they have listed. Exotic masterwork weapon pursuits only have to be done once per account. So if you chase down your weapon, if you grind out the necessary tasks in order to get this drop, you are not going to have to worry about doing it on every single character. You get it once and then you have it. Throughout the process, duplicate drops of an exotic weapon, engrams, milestones, and exotic collections will be initialized at your current masterwork upgrade state, which means that if you get a drop in the game, it will already have the masterwork attached to it. The whole thing happens in the weapon details screen, so there's not going to be objectives that take up your inventory space. And not all exotic masterworks will be available instantly when the season begins. If you expect an exotic weapon and the masterwork slot is not available, there is no catalyst yet. Oh yeah, the other ones that they showed off, the hard light can swap between, you know, elements quickly. Borealis can, you know, one tap to the body under the right circumstances, and the track cannon applies a disgusting debuff. So I am really excited for the masterwork system, because again, going back to progression, it is a opportunity for players to engage with the game daily and to help friends engage with the game daily. Now, not all exotic weapon masterworks are going to have the same sort of tasks. For some, according to the TWAB, it's going to be a whole bunch of shit, you know, multiple steps. For some, it might just be one step. But either way, one of the things that made Destiny 1 so engaging to the community was our ability to help each other. So, you know, you had a buddy and, you know, you and everyone else on your team already had everything. But your buddy needed the black spindle, so you'd go like, oh cool, man, we'll wait for this to pop up and then we'll go grab the black spindle with you. You know, you had these opportunities to help each other on quests. Even in Destiny 2, the Rat King quest was a really fun community driver. So this idea that we're going to have more to chase than just power, that we're finally going to have exotics to chase again, is huge to me. 1 second while I drink my coffee. It's huge to me because if you don't have multiple things to chase in a game, it can end up being really flat. This kind of happened at the end of Destiny 1. People were really focused on one or two activities. They were focused on the raid. They were focused on trials. Everything else is fucking pointless. So if you design a game, if you design these Masterworks systems to force people or take people throughout the rest of the game, it immerses people more in the world. It can be used for a fantastic level of storytelling. And on top of all that, it can build community. So I'm really excited about the Masterwork changes. And like I always say, I said it before, I'll say it again, you have to realize that all this that I'm saying right now is speculative, but it sounds smart. I can see the implementation going well. I can also see the implementation going poorly. You know, it could be too hard, air quotes. It could be not engaging. It could be mindless and feel stupid. You know, there's always positives and negatives to everything. There's chances for it to go well, chances for it to go poorly. I think my primary takeaway from the changes to the exotics is this. Bungie's listening. They have seen and heard that the exotic weapon system in Destiny 2 is laughable in comparison to Destiny 1. I am personally excited for my exotics to tear ass again. Like, I'm excited about getting the catalyst for the tractor cannon so that I can have, you know, melting point available on my heavy weapon like all the time for void weapons. You know, I'm excited about blowing things heads up with the graviton lance and watching everything melt away. And I'm primarily excited about this more than anything else. When the exotic weapons are so incredibly powerful, it brings us back to this point in Destiny 1 where you had to seriously consider what weapons you were bringing into an encounter. Now, while it never really got mastered, the idea of the necessity of bringing in more than 6 Yaller horns, there was a solid progression, especially in the final raid, Wrath of the Machine in Destiny 1, where you wanted to bring a Yaller horn, but for the first time, and then everyone slowly realized, like, oh, it's better to have a Dark Drinker at the end, and it's better to have snipers at this part. So designing encounters around these restrictions is something that Bungie's gotten much better at. And I'm personally, with, you know, the overcharged exotics, like, I'm really excited about the possibility of going in and playing through all of, you know, the raids again and really feeling the differences. Speaking of raids, that's something I guess we need to talk about on another video, but I'm excited about the exotic Masterworks system. I think that it is, again, another opportunity along with the progression system to truly win over the audience, win people back, and sort of bring back the hardcore, the hobbyist, which is a word that a lot of people have been saying about the summit. The folks that like to log in and play Destiny every day, winning back the hobbyist audience that they had in the past, by constantly giving somebody something to work towards. Now, I know the counterpoint to this, as it is in many things, is, well, I don't have as much time as person B. You know, I have an hour a day to play, and this person has 8 hours a day to play, and it's not fair to me. My argument to this has always been, it doesn't have to be fair, it just has to feel good. Creating separation between different styles of players temporarily is a driver for community. It allows people who have progressed to help people who haven't progressed. It's the way that every server I've ever been on in an MMO works. People love endgame so much, they bring other people up to and through that endgame because the community is there. I am empathetic towards the individual that doesn't have an assload of time to play the game every day, but I think that designing systems in the game that are equivalently rewarding over time allows the person who plays an hour a week to catch up timeline-wise eventually to the person who plays 8 hours a day. And while that might take time, as long as the pathways exist, I think that it's fair. Because one of the things I always looked forward to before streaming was my job was the days that I could just binge play some video games. Yeah, I'd play like 1 hour, 2 hours here and there. But the day that I got to sit down and play 18 hours straight, I wanted shit to do. I wanted things to chase. I wanted things to progress. And if a game didn't deliver that to me, I would be sad. So I am personally excited about the progression system. I'm excited about exotic Masterworks. I'm excited about something to chase. I'm excited that all the quests for these Masterworks are going to be different according to the TWAB. And I think that we will all get to see what community looks like when we have things to do together again. Whether you're casual, which doesn't mean, and this is a point that's been brought up to me, casual, just because someone casually plays a game doesn't mean they don't want to work hard for the things that they're earning. Which is brought up to me by a lot of my viewers who play, you know, occasionally, or they don't have as much time. They weren't the biggest fans of the changes because they're like, I play 2 hours a day and I already have everything I need. So having investment mechanics is boon for everyone. So whether you are playing 2 hours a day or 8 hours a day, or, you know, once or twice a month, I think the new investment system, I think the new exotic system is an opportunity to see how it feels. And to me at this point, that's kind of what we have. You know, we can speculate about how it will affect community, which is what I've been doing, or we can, but I can realize, and I think we all can, is that the state of the community right now is not great. You know, it's fractured, it's divided, and people want their hobby back. People want their friends back. And I think that these are opportunities that could potentially bring us together. But as I will always say, until we've gotten a chance to play everything, we don't know until we get hands-on. So thank you all so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the conversation about community. I hope you enjoyed the conversation about the exotic Masterworks. And yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that alert button. Oh, wait. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.